Welcome back, dear students, for the 14th exercise on Python programming. We are solving the second PUC practical exercises, and the 14th program is as follows. We are supposed to write a Python program to add and display the elements from a queue using list. Now let us quickly recall what is a stack and what is a queue. And when we talk about a stack, in the stack we are using last in first out, so that is the LIFO technique. So what is the meaning of saying last in first out? Is the last element is the one that is the first one to go. So the last element that enters last in is the first out, is the first one to go. When we talk about the queue, it is the first in first out. So here the technique that we are using is called as FIFO, that is first in first out. That means to say that the first one who is there in the queue is the first one to enter. So for example, here if you notice, so there is this first lady is the one who will be served first. The last one will be the last to be served. So that is the last in first out. Now let us look at the code that is given by the second PU board, and you notice that this is a quite lengthier code. We will reduce this code and we will have it the same output in few lines. As usual, I'm going to solve it in the VS Code. Now there is no need that you have to use the VS Code, but I find it comfortable to use the VS Code. You can use the IDLE. Again, I'm going to show the IDLE option again after the execution. So let me go back to the VS Code over here. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to the file and open the folder where the second PUC programs are there. So I'm going to just open this folder, select this folder. All my programs will be there within this particular folder, and then just keep your mouse pointer near this PU, or you can go to file and then say new file, or just go here and then click on the new file. I'm going to call this one as A14.py. That will be the program name. And let us look at what are the things that we are supposed to do. The code that is given over here is a simple one. We are supposed to insert an element into the queue, and then we will say what is the size of the queue after insertion, and then we will try to remove the element, and we are going to say what is the size after we have removed all the elements from the queue. So let's go ahead and let's do the same thing over here. I'm going to import, as usual we need to import the queue, so we will import the queue here, and let us create a variable called the queue. So we are going to say queue.queue, and we will create a queue here. One thing you must understand here is the first one is the small q, the second one q here is in the capitals. So you understand this story over here. This is in capital, so if you are writing directly, so be careful with what you are doing. I'm going to just remove this one because it's of no use for us. Let us use a for loop over here. So for I in the list, so I have the list of numbers like 10, 20 and 30, and I'm going to use the queue here that I have created. Let me just zoom in for you. So the queue that I've created over here is queue. So I'm going to just use the queue, and I'm going to use the put option here. So let me just zoom out, and I'm going to just keep this thing like, okay, I'm going to just say put, okay, put the item I into that. Let me just put that item I here. So what I've done here is I have used the put here to put one element. So this is the same old thing as that of the stack. So you take one element into the I and you put that into the queue. You take the second element for the second for loop and you put it into the queue, and you take the third element and you put it into the queue. So you're putting three elements into the queue, After that, just use the print statement. I'm going to use the print statement here, and I'm going to say the element again. You can use the f string, but I'm going to use this one because if you notice that both of them will take the same effort, so there is not going to be any difference as far as writing or typing is concerned. Both of them will take the same effort. If you are, even if you are using the f string, it's going to be the same. So I'm going to say q dot, and I will call the q size. So I'm going to call the q size. This is the same step that they are doing. The option that is given over here, they are also doing the same thing. Q dot q size. I'm also using the same. I'm not changing anything over here. You can use f string, but you will notice that it won't make much of a difference. I'm not going to combine the both of them because I want the second printf to come over here. So I'm going to then say, and I'm going to say q element. Okay, so this is the elements are, and I'm going to use the elements in the queue. Okay. And one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's going to end with a space rather than the new line, so that it's going to come in the straight line. And let us use a while loop, simple as the one that we have given. So I'm going to say while q is not empty. So I'm going to say empty. While the queue is not empty, you are going to take one element, and you are going to print those element onto the queue. So you are going to say q dot. The last one was the get. This time we are using the put. Again, we are going to use the end as a space separation. And finally, we are going to print the queue, that is after getting every element from the queue. I'm going to use the slash n here. Let me just put in. You can use double quotes, it's up to you. Okay, and I'm going to say queue size after remove is, okay, and I'm going to use the queue size. As simple as that, q dot queue size. So what are the things that I've done over here? So the first one is you are creating a new queue. So you create a queue here, and then you take one element, and you are going to put one element into the queue. So this will be the first element, this will be the second element, this will be the third element. So the first element happens to be 10. So you are inserting 10 for the first time. You will insert 10 into the queue. Next time you will insert 20 into the queue, and the last thing that you are going to do is you are going to insert 30 into the queue. And then you will find what is the size of the queue. So you find the size of the queue, and you will print the size of the queue, saying that the size of the queue is 3. Then you are going to say what are the elements which are there in the queue, and you will use the while loop, and you will keep on taking one element from the queue until the queue is empty. So as long as there is an element, you will take one element. In other words, when the queue is not empty, so when the queue is not empty, you will take one element. So you take the first element. Remember, this is the first in first out. Queue follows a first in first out option. So the first element that entered into the queue is 10. You will take the 10 by calling q dot get. It will take the first element, and once that is done, you will come back to the while loop again to check whether the queue is empty. Still there are two more elements are there in the queue, so queue is not empty. Again you call this q dot get. So this time you are going to take the 20 from the queue, and you notice that I've used the space separation. Otherwise, you know very well, generally if you notice over here, the items are printed one after the other. So generally it uses the slash n, that is the new line separation, but here I'm not using it. So you take the second element, and again you come back and you check whether the queue is empty. So remember, queue is not empty, still one more element is there. So again you go back and then print, and you say what are the last elements. So you are going to get the last element from the queue. So you are going to get the last element of the queue, and you're going to show that 30 over here. So that element is been removed. And again, when you come back, this time you have removed all the elements from the queue, so the queue is empty now. So this condition will be satisfied, and you will go to the next line saying that the queue size after the removal size of the queue is 0 because you have removed all the elements from the queue. So I'm going to just save it, and I'm going to just run this code, and this is what you're going to see. So queue size after the insertion of the element, the 3 elements are 3, and then you remove all the 3 elements, 10, 20, 30. So you remove all the elements. After removing all the elements from the queue, the size will be 0. So this is the same one that you are going to see even if you are using the IDLE. I'm going to just copy this and just execute it in the IDLE. I'll go to the IDLE. I've already opened it. I'll go to the file, and I'm going to open the new file over here. So file and new file. So once this new file is opened, assume that I've typed it because it is going to take a longer time. Just assume that I typed all the thing over here. And we are going to save this file by clicking on the file, and we will say Control yes, or you can just save it, and then go to the location where you have your pipe the PUC programs. Go to the location, and I will take it as 14A. You can give any name because I have already saved my VS code here as the 14th one. So I'm not going to use the same one. So I'm going to just save it over here. Let me write it as 14A. Don't just overwrite the thing over here. I will save it as 14A because 14 is already saved in the VS code. So I'm going to just click on save. Done. Click on file and click on run the module. You can press F5 to run it, and you will see the same output. So if you have used the view code over here, you are going to see the same out, whatever output they are expecting, you are going to see the same thing. After insertion, it is 3. After the elements in the queue are 10, 20, 30. And after removal, the code, the size of the queue is 0. And you notice that it can be done within the 4 to 5 lines as compared to the one that is given in the view board, which contains 10 or 20 lines. So you notice that you can quickly write the program as well as execute the program if you follow this one. So thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.